Today I am in Johnsonburg, Pennsylvania at the Domtar paper mill, and I'm going to be meeting up with Ben Knight and Scott Cherry to discuss a little bit about their fish hatchery. Hi.
Can I help you with something?
No, I'm waiting for Scott Cherry.
Oh, good deal.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Right now I'm calling Scott Cherry.
Hey, man.
Hey, Scott, what's up?
Where you at?
I am at the waiting room.
Where are you?
I'm at the waiting room.
Where?
There's like a restroom, waiting room thing. There's pictures. I walked out a thing. Where are you at exactly?
Oh, you're there? Okay. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right over.
Okay, I'm like by the visitor registration. Okay, well, Scott's in a hurry to get this done, so I'm just going to hang out here in the visitor's room and see what's about. Hey,
There he is.
how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Ben?
Pretty happy.
Good, how you doing? Yeah, I guess you can feel like that. So what are we up to today? Drinking coffee?
Yeah, of course.
That's good.
We're just gonna head up the fish hatchery,
Okay.
and then Dan's gonna talk, and it's all up to him because I'm just kind of the middle guy.
Okay.
That's all I am. So whatever Dan wants to do, and then like I said, we'll have it so we can use it for the
Cool.
council meeting.
Cool, that sounds good. Let's go.
All right, we're just gonna find.
We gotta find a hard hat
I
for you.
know, but where?
I get a hard hat? Well, I got steel toe boots, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you safety glasses.
Oh, awesome, good deal.
Here's some earplugs.
Safety first. What?
Earplugs.
I get it. Cool. All right, let's roll. What do you got going on here, Scott?
Okay, this used to be the old part of the building. This used to be the building that the fish hatchery started. And the Willamette came along and decided to build the raceways, and they took the building in half, and it was always their intention to build another raceway, but it hasn't happened. I don't know if they ever will, but this is what it used to look like.
Very cool. You guys decided to do this.
In I'm not sure, it's after in the 90s when Willamette bought us.
Yeah.
It was after that that they decided to do this.
Is it just a Domtar employees that do it, or nobody in the outside, or?
Anybody that used to work here.
Right.
Like, so there's a bunch of retired guys that come in here and feed every day, or they stock, or they do whatever they need to do. They come and check on it.
There's a book in there that we come in and we feed the fish. Whoever signs the book, say if I signed it for 7 a.m. today, so I got to come in and feed the fish, check for any dead ones, mark down the pH balance, pH of the water and the temperature of the water. Water gets above a certain temperature, you can't feed the fish.
Really?
It's listed in there.
That's perfect.
Okay, I think Dan's out there. I think I hear him.
Dan's out here?
I think so. It sounds like somebody's out there.
Hi, my name's Dan Morgan. I'm a mechanic here at the Johnsonburg Domtar mill. Have you ever drove by the mill and maybe you heard a rumor about a fish hatchery being in the middle of the paper industry like this? Here you go. Here it is. Welcome to the Domtar Fish and Game Club Fish Nursery. Domtar Fish and Game Club was constructed in 1992. It was this was an old abandoned water filtration plant that a former employee thought, you know, wouldn't it be a good idea to have a fish nursery right in the middle of a paper mill like this? So he took it to the environmental person and they took it to the plant manager, and the plant manager got on board. So it was all go. So back during the revitalization project in '92, they had plenty of material, plenty of manpower. So it was quick to make it happen. The raceways are 4 feet wide by 188 feet, or 88 feet long, I'm sorry, 88 feet long. And they get their water directly from the East Branch of the Clarion River. Then I guess we'll go from the spring of the year, the state brings in fingerlings. We bucket them into the raceways. We separate them by species. We put brown trout on one side, rainbow on the other. Once we get them into the raceways, the Fish and Game Club members, they consist of retired employees, hourly employees, salary employees. They clean, maintain, and feed the fish twice a day. We take water temperature, pH, we check the health of the fish, and we write it all down. So if there is anything, if we have a hiccup or it looks like the fish are sick, we got biologists to call, and they'll come up and check our fish and give us medicine. We'll administer it as needed by them. And then in spring of the year, early April, our fish have grown from 2 to 4 inches up to 11, 12 inches. And it's not uncommon for us to have fish 13, 14 inches. So what we do is we'll load bins in the back of our trucks. We'll put the fish in the trucks. We'll fill the bins up with river water, put the fish in the back of the truck. We'll haul them to the streams, and we'll bucket stock, basically what you see the state doing, right? But other than that, we pull into a site. You have adults, kids, they come running, they see the barrels in the back of the truck, and it's kind of nice, you know, you fill the buckets up with fish, hand them off to the kids or the adults, they stock them where they want them, and we move on our way. But we'll do that from April to the end of May, and by the end of May we're about out. So after our last stocking, we drain the raceways, clean them up, and start all over again for the next year.
Very cool.
And we're able to, with Domtar backing us like this, we're able to feed twice a day. So this is just another way, you know, another avenue for Domtar to get back to the community through recreational, outdoor recreation like fishing, you know. So yeah, the guy that started it was Rick Zelhusky. He came up with the idea of having a fish hatchery right in the middle of the plant, and with the abandoned water filtration plant there, it was a perfect place to have it. We already had piping into it, pumps were there, so it was just building the raceways and going with it. So him and Andy Redmond took it back to the mill manager at the time, and he got on board with it. Normally you have to have maybe a year or so of water quality testing, and with the mill here we test water daily. So it was a quick yes from the Cooperative Fish Nursery program, the state, and we just went ahead and did it.
That's awesome. Now, how many people do you have normally in the club?
We have roughly 50 members. A lot of them, all they can do is feed, help maintain the raceways. We got retired guys that help a lot during stocking. Matter of fact, later on today, they'll be here and they're taking a load up the Crooked Creek. Now we donate a lot of our fish to area children's days, handicapped kids, the Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, jamborees, Boy Scout jamborees, and that's something else when you pull into a family day and you got a bunch of kids waiting for the fish and you back in there and they all come running. Kind of makes you feel good, you know. Domtar's really doing a good thing here. The Domtar Fish Nursery remains the only, to our knowledge, the only cooperative fish nursery program in the state of Pennsylvania sponsored by industry.
Very cool.
So,
Want to go and take a look?
yes we do. Let's go. So on a normal day, what we do when we come in to check our fish, we have this lattice work down at the bottom of the raceways because the fish tend to congregate down at the bottom, then they want to jump out. So early in the program here, you know, we'd come in and we'd find a fish or two. We couldn't figure out what the heck was going on until somebody was in here, actually started seeing fish jumping up and they were going over the wall. So we came up with the idea of putting some lattice work down at the bottom. It kind of keeps them in. But when we come in, we'll lift this lattice work up. We have a divide in there. This is normally where we'll put the fish when we stock them. Okay. So we'll move this back, and our next stocking, we'll bring the fish in here. We normally keep them away from the food for 3 days before we stock them, just so they don't get sick on the travel there. They're hungry for the anglers. But when we normally come in, we'll open this up, we'll look in, we'll check for dead fish. As you can see, our fish are normally healthy.
Yeah, they're awesome.
We'll look for dead fish. Then we'll turn the vacuum on and we'll vacuum out the bottom of the raceways. This is where all the grime comes from, right? So we got aerators that it not only puts, you know, helps put air into the water, it helps the bottom, everything move down to the bottom of the raceways. So everything ends up right down here, so it's easily cleaned up.
What we got going on here?
This is where we keep our food. So we scoop a bunch of food into the bucket, right?
Yep.
We'll walk over to the middle of the raceways and we can feed both fish.
Both sides?
Both sides, yep.
And this ain't hot water, this is crazy.
Nope, it's...
Oh my God.
We've already stocked about 3,000 fish right now, and we still got quite a few in here. They feed pretty active every time you feed them. We have employees that walk through here at any time during the day. They like to take a little bit of food and feed the fish, you know, just so it helps keep an eye on them throughout the whole day. You know, there's always somebody in here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So on this side we got brownies on this side. We got rainbows on this side, yeah. So the rainbows they feed more aggressively than the browns. But if you look in there, you can see some of them fish are 14, 15 inches.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean,
chunks.
We could actually shut the aeration off over here and you can get a better picture of them. Yeah, there's some goonies in there. We can go down towards the bottom. There might be some of the bigger ones hanging out down towards the bottom.
Man, they're chunks.
They're thick. Yeah, they're thick.
I mean, they're not gamey, they taste good.
Yeah, they are very good eating fish. Like I said, we feed our fish twice a day, and in between that we have people in here feeding them. And when you have somebody like Domtar backing you, you know, we're very lucky. We're fortunate that way that we can feed them twice a day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just got to keep Ben Knight out of here.
Got to keep Ben Knight out of here. The people dropping the lines right in the raceways, huh?
That's why you eat fresh fish for lunch.
Yeah. Probably. This is the guy that feeds the fish the most. One of the guys.
Yeah.
Louis Johnson. He's a member of the club also.
Thanks for using me.
Say hi, Lou.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good.
We'll go up and we'll check the water temperature and the water pH. We make sure the water's coming out of the pipes, you know, that we don't have any blockage on the suction lines.
Yep.
Then we'll check the pH. Check the pH and the water temperature. Right now the pH is 7.3. Water temperature's, yeah, it's 44. So then we'll go into the office and we'll write down our findings or what we did or anything that we've seen wrong so we can keep track of what's going on and keep the fish out. We actually do, if you look at here, the Elk County Trout-a-thon, they use a lot of our fish to stock. Let me see. It might be over here.
Now the Trout-a-thon, what's that?
That's it's almost like a fishing derby that the Ridgeway Chamber of Commerce puts on. So they'll tag fish, and like either in our raceways here, they'll use our fish. They use island runs. They tag the fish. They put them in the water. An individual catches the fish. They take it back to the Ridgeway Record or the office over there, and you're awarded a prize. You know, places donate pizzas, gift certificates, you know, and it's pretty neat when you're out there and you catch a fish with a blue tag.
Yeah, it makes it fun, especially with the kids too.
The kids love it, yes.
Nice.
Actually, we'll see it. I'll go over there and turn off this aerator and we'll be able to see some blue tags in there.
How many blue tags do you do a year? About?
Well, it varies. Gennaro Elio is in charge of that, so he'll pick what waterways he feels that most people might be fishing, and he'll say, hey, I want to put 25 tags in Crooked Creek. I want to put 25 tags in the West Branch or East Branch, and that's what we go by. He'll give us a call, and we'll get together down here and we'll tag the fish for him and put them in the waters. So.
How do you put the tags in?
We have, if you can see right there, we got some palominos and some trout in there with blue tags on.
So you normally don't tag like the trophy giant lumpers, like the chunks. You tag all sizes.
Yeah, we tag all sizes, so.
That's wonderful.
We try to get the big ones, we try to get the big guys, but you know, when they're all swimming around in there, we get what we get. And so what we do, we have a needle gun. We have the tags go down into a needle gun, and you hold the fish and you put it right in the back of the dorsal fin, squeeze the trigger, it drives it in, and you pull it out. I can show you a gun over here. This is normally the gun we use to put tags in the fish. It's fairly simple. We just take, now they'll bring up tags of their own, but this is some of our old tags that we used to tag fish with.
Okay. Oh, that's almost like supermarket, you put the price tag on it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you put a price tag on a fish, huh? All right, we'll get them out. And the way they look right here, this is what holds it into the fish.
Okay.
So we'll put it right down into this, right here like that. We'll take the guard off. And when you squeeze the trigger, you put the needle in. When you squeeze the trigger, this stays right into the fish.
Nice.
They pull this out and they swim away with this. With this T on there, you know, it can't pull off. So So that's how we tag the fish. This is Jammer Wingate. He's the manager of the Domtar Fishing Game Club. So
Nice meeting you. Matt Nichols.
he's down here a lot. He goes on every stocking. He's retired, so he'll get the retired guys all together. And a lot of times when they can on the smaller streams, they'll take them. When on the bigger streams where there's more fish, then they wait till 3 o'clock till the majority of us are out of work, and then we'll all go tackle it together. So
if I see you on the stream, I'm in the right spot.
you see Jammer on the stream, you're in the right spot.
What are you doing now, Dan?
We're getting ready to stock some fish up in Crooked Creek. The retired guys are taking them up and put the blue barrel in the back of the truck. We're filling it up with river water right now. Hey Jammer, come on down, we'll pull this down. We'll take these fish down closer, get them a little bit congregated. It's easier for us to grab them. Alright.
That's the term fish in the bucket.
Yeah, it's a term fish in the bucket right there, boy. Pile of them in there. A lot of people are going to be happy when they see them tags coming in on the end of their line. Get the generator in there, get it fired up, get the bubbles going, the aeration going, and then we'll load them up and you'll be on your way. These fish are going in Crooked Creek.
Crooked Creek. Right now.
Right now.
Okay, right now we just loaded up the trout and we're heading to Crooked Creek in Pennsylvania to do some Domtar stocking. All right, see you on the creek. Yeah, I'm coming there, Jammer. Here we go.
That makes the fish bite.
Yeah, I know it.